We're hearing from Democratic Governor Tony Evers days after he announced he will not seek re-election. Political Director Matt Smith is in the newsroom for us tonight. And Matt, some interesting comments about the Lieutenant Governor now looking to replace Governor Evers.
Derek, Democrats sure watching this race closely. The governor today leaving open the possibility he will get involved in the Democratic primary for governor as his Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez launched her campaign not even 24 hours after the governor's announcement. Democratic Governor Tony Evers in Milwaukee Monday, just days after announcing he won't seek a third term.
So yes, I anticipate that Wisconsin will always be the state.
The governor launching what he's calling ice cream town halls across the state as the attention immediately turns to the Democrats potentially looking to replace him. I'm curious, are you going to endorse in the Democratic primary now?
Probably not. I tend to try to avoid that. So no, I'll never say never, but I want to make sure who the rest of the candidates are before I even make that decision. If there's somebody that really needs support and I want them to win, I might get in.
Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez, the first to jump in, launching her campaign not even 24 hours after the governor's announcement, telling us Sunday on Upfront,
He did give me a heads up that he was going to retire.
The governor Monday appearing to push back. And the fact Rodriguez had a campaign video and launch ready to go?
It was just at the same time I let my cabinet members know the day of. So the idea that there was, from what you said, something already done the day before, whatever, got to ask her why that happened.
The governor also dismissing any notion Rodriguez was at the table, helping negotiate the most recent state budget and compromise with Republican leaders.
As far as the budget goes, no, not to my knowledge. I don't remember her being a part of that conversation.
Are you concerned that Republicans have a better chance of winning the governor's office now that you are not running?
I know I would have won.
And Matt Rodriguez's campaign, her campaign, is responding tonight regarding any questions about the timing of her launch.
Derek telling us in a statement the lieutenant governor was ready if the governor decided not to run, saying in that statement, quote, the video was uploaded in advance because she and her team were prepared. Sarah was informed of the governor's decision the day of his announcement. By the way, our interview with the lieutenant governor right now on the 12 News YouTube page. Just look for and subscribe to the Upfront playlist.
Political Director Matt Smith live in the newsroom here at 6.